And we are back with game 2 of the NOTA Winter Round Robin. Game 2 between Team Sea Monster and Team VuDoo. And Invoker banned out. Not a big surprise there. Doom banned out as well from Team Sea Monster. Wee bit of a surprise. And then we see the Tusk and Warlock banned out. Tusk, not much of a surprise either. Still a pretty good hero, even with the nerf to him. Really only nerfed his fighting potential. He should still be able to get that gank off. And there we go. We see a Caelum pick up. Very good hero, very good early harass, very good lane push. Kind of see what Team VuDoo do to counter this. They may want to go with some other lane pushing hero to make sure they can even it out for their own. Or they may just decide, you know what, nah, we don't even care that you can push the lane. We'll just go team fight or something. Fight way better. Just waiting to see what they pick. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be very hard for them, considering last game their Invoker was just really the main reason that they were able to stay in that game. But here we go. We have an Undying pickup, and he's a really good lane dominator, as previously stated in the last cast. So Undying probably gonna, or 100% gonna be going off lane. Tombstone just doing so much work. The early points in Decay as well, just bringing Undying making sure Undying is a lot more survivable. So definitely hard to lane up against an Undying, especially if you have some squishy or slow supports. Keeper of the Light fits both those roles. Actually, I wish you could see details about the heroes. I don't know his starting speed, but I would guess it's at least 300. So not too slow, but say slow enough that he's in danger of getting caught out by the Tombstone. And Queen of Pain picked up, obviously going to be going mid lane. Really good mid lane pick. I wouldn't call her a lane dominator, but she can definitely get annoying with the dagger harass, as well as her blink to escape any real danger. Going to be pretty hard to kill off this Queen of Pain, although the Keeper of the Light does have the mana drain actually, so all Queen really has is a blink to escape. And Wind Ranger picked up by Team Sea Monster. So I believe they were the ones who played it last game. No, Team VuDoo had the Wind Ranger last game, and it just did so much work for them against the Huskar. Unfortunately, they ended up losing, but still, the Wind Ranger, definitely some of the saving face there for them, allowing them to fight a bit better, and definitely made the game go as long as it did. Reserve time being burned into, and with this they have quite a lot of lane push, as well as tower push without Wind Ranger. So they ban the Winter Wyvern, that's more counter push, great play there, good choice. And really Team VuDoo, I think they should just be looking to ban out more pushing heroes. They could always pick up an Earthshaker to really kind of deny the PL pick. But I mean, Phantom, or they could just ban Phantom Lancer, of course. So that works as well. I do not think Team Sea Monster would go as far to pick a jungling hero like Chen Enchantress, or even Nature's Prophet. Help them push. I think that'd be a bit too greedy. We'll just see what they go with. They do ban the Dazzle, so great healing and a wee bit of extra push. Or counter push with that healing wave, of course. And Slardar banned out from Team VuDoo. Once again, not quite sure why. They already banned out the Tusk, which is really one of the main reasons why Slardar is so great, because the Tusk just snowballs him in, and his stun is already set up. He's already got a few free right clicks on them. So Slardar in his own, I don't think is good enough to be played this meta, but I mean, we'll just see. Obviously, a hero they don't want to play against, considering they banned him out last game as well. But here we go, waiting for a pickup by Team VuDoo, and they definitely need some sort of carry with split push potential. And there's the Shaman, so good split push. I believe they played him last game. Yes, they played him last game as well. Team Sea Monster, going to be waiting to see what they pick up. Probably another split push hero. Like I said, I doubt they'd be greedy enough to pick any jungling hero, although they could pick a lone druid He pushes insanely well, and, well, we've seen it work out many a time before. I've seen it work out many a time before. So, could potentially be a pick. And they picked the Lion. So, Lion, great pickup as well. They played him last game as well. Just a great support all around with those 2 disables, as well as his massive nuke for an ultimate. Going to be interesting to see what Team VuDoo decides to counter it with. They could pick an early fighting hero again as well, like a gyrocopter, try to capitalize on this, but unfortunately right now Team Sea Monster is not incapable of fighting early. They have the Lion stuns, the Wind Ranger can always just throw a shackle and power shot and right click. Keeper of the Light, his Illuminate just does so much damage, and his Mana Leak definitely going to be able to mess some things up for some of these heroes, so not going to be a fun time for either team really. And Spirit Breaker picked up. Going to be a great ganker. Really going to be able to stop the split push here. He'll be able to charge someone. Some others can just TP to the nearest tower and get the kill. Spirit Breaker maybe even able to get a solo kill, especially on someone like Caelum. The Wind Ranger maybe not. Of course, Caelum can use his ultimate to get out of that. Just alts Blinding Lights, and that's going to stop the Spirit Breaker charge, and then just able to run away. Wind Ranger, of course, has Wind Run, which she can get stunned out of from the initial stun, but after that, she won't be able to get bashed for the duration of it. He can, of course, alter, but here we see an Ember Spirit, and they are really just going split push central here. Ember Spirit should be able to win the mid lane against Queen of Pain. Dagger isn't magic damage, and it is, so his Flame Guard going to be able to block most, if not 100% of that damage coming out from the dagger, so should be an easy win for Queen of Pain. And we see the Huskar banned out last. Once again, recognizing they have mostly magic damage, not too much physical damage, and they just ban out that Huskar, making sure he can't be picked just as a quick last pickup, getting some easy advantage on their team. Team Sea Monster's last ban, they're going to want to ban out some sort of right-clicking carry, because that's what they lack. A Juggernaut wouldn't be too bad, because he is able to just spin through most of the magic damage that they're going to be dealing out to him. They could also ban something like a Luna, although probably not the pick that they're going to be going for. It is possible that they could do something like that. Another right-clicking carry could... Well, no, the Phantom Lancer's already banned out, so that can't really happen. I'm actually drawing a blank here. Anti-Mage? No, they have plenty of lockdown for the Anti-Mage. He would be a viable split push option as well. They do have plenty of lockdown for him, so definitely hard for him to do much there. I think their safest ban here would be... Oh, they banned the Phantom Assassin. I don't really know why. The Lion and the Caelum should be able to burst her down with just their spells, but better safe than sorry. And a Slark picked up from Team VuDoo. Good hero, a little weak early, so they're going to have to watch out for some ganks, especially if he's in the Keeper of the Lights lane. Yes, of course, the lane is going to push in his favor, and like quite a lot, but he should have the upper hand overall. There really is no reason that the Caelum shouldn't be able to win his lane with his Illuminate Harass. Slark especially is going to struggle if he has to go up against something like that, because of just all the damage that comes out. It's really hard for him to perform before he hits that level 6 and just has health regen anywhere. And Team Sea Monster cutting into the last bit of their reserve time to pick up a hero. They also need a carry. I don't think they need to make it as much of a right-clicking carry, which means they could go someone with a bit more casting potential. Luna, as we previously stated, could be okay just for her ultimate and the stun. Juggernaut could be a good way to combo here with the Lion and Wind Ranger. Phantom Lancer banned out, so that would look pretty good here. The Shaman really... Never mind, Queen of Pain is some wave clear, or some illusion clear as well, but Shaman, a lot of it also.
10 seconds
8 seconds. And they pick the Spectre. She's going to be their late game safety net if it does happen to go late game. And the game is starting. Let's go ahead and take off that overlay. And here we go. Good luck, have fun, and let's introduce these teams. On the side of Team VuDoo, New York Jets fan is going to be playing our Spirit Breaker. Sinister is going to be on our Position 1 Slark. Shazzy going to be playing that Mid Queen of Pain. GG Noir is going to be playing Undying, and Lax on the Shaman once again. Over on Team Sea Monster, call me Chevy Chase, is going to be hitting up that mid lane with the good old Ember Spirit. Ratfong Bips is going to be playing Spectre, looking like a safe lane. Elwood is going to be dual bot laning with This Is Bob, and Bob needs to win. And the top support going to be that other guy on Keeper of the Light. Just looking at the team composition here, early game advantage, I'd say it goes to Team Sea Monster. They have the Harass with Illuminate, which did not get a point put into it. Definitely think that is a mistake. But, I mean, he is going to have the mana to sustain his Spectre's daggers in the lane. So they do have a bit of kill potential. But, I mean, this Lion also, that Earth Spike is going to be pretty nasty. So just so much kill potential here. But everyone's moving away from the runes. Ember going to be headed bot, but it looks like Slark is going to be able to get this rune. Right clicks come out from both sides, and Slark able to get it, as well as Queen of Pain, and he's going to be able to leap out of that Lion stun. Right click does connect, but I mean, it's not going to be much in the long run. Lion going to be headed top, Ember Spirit blocking up those creeps mid. Unfortunately, not quite as good a creep block as Queen of Pain, just barely on favoring Queen of Pain's side, and there goes the dagger out. Ember Spirit going to be taking so much harass damage. He's going to be forced to put early points into Flame Guard, and there we go. This is going to push his lane too, which is exactly the opposite of what he wants. Flame Guard already expired though because of that dagger, and still taking damage, so not too great. Top lane, we're going to have a dual off lane with Spirit Breaker and Undying. Spirit Breaker obviously going to be wanting to charging around the map, looking for as many kills as possible, so he's probably not going to be sticking around here for long, but still, just the fact that his presence is here is going to be helping out a lot. And he does manage to get this ward down, so that's going to block this camp. 90% sure it does, as well as give them a bit of vision in this lane, so it's going to be looking quite good here. Meanwhile, our solo offlane Wind Ranger is going to be going up against this Slark. So, Slark, as long as he's got this Shaman working jungle for him, he should be doing just fine. Unfortunately, he is going to push the wave. This ward once again blocking that, so he cannot double pull, and the wave is going to push. Slark still managing to find farm. Unfortunately, it has the exact same amount of blast hits as Wind, so not going to be doing so great. Top, Spectre's got the most last hits up here, so not being contested nearly as much, but the big winner here is the Queen of Pain mid with 6 last hits. Ember Spirit only has 4. Of course I say only, but it's only behind by 1. Really not a surprise though. Definitely this lane win is going to be going to Queen of Pain. I mean, just the points, she put the extra value point in Dagger, and that's just going to be able to harass up Ember so much. Rune spawn, she's going to blink to it. Unfortunately, just a bounty rune. The Arcane Rune bottom is going to be going to the Shadow Shaman. Love to see what he's going to do with that. And Lion, once again, able to stack the jungle and pull it so that he doesn't even have to connect the double pull. He is connecting the pull once again. This should probably push the lane, but I mean, it's just going to be a little bit, and they do kind of want that. I don't think he should have pulled that second wave, though, because now this Spectre is just going to be taking unwanted damage that she didn't need. In comes Undying, harassing it. The Spectre Dagger comes out, and Spectre running through the trees, trying to sneak up on them, but to no avail. And she's running straight back through the trees. Almost thought she was going to get caught in there. Would have been a wee bit funny. Mid lane, neither of these heroes. Queen of Pain does have her bottle, sorry. So, Queen of Pain obviously ahead. And its lane is looking pretty easy for her. Ember Spirit doesn't need his bottle, but he's only halfway there, and it's not looking good. Flame Guard, he is forced to put extra points into that just to negate all this damage coming out from the dagger. And there we go. Flame Guard expired. Dagger still has a few ticks to go. One last tick. Queen of Pain gonna need to put a few more points in Dagger if she wants to do as much damage as possible, but she's getting ticks off now while the Flame Guard's on cooldown, so it's really hard for this Ember Spirit to be effective in lane. Spectre, meanwhile, a bit aggressive up top. She needs to be careful. Spirit Breaker really just needs to be harassing her and undying, keeping these decay stacks on. If they get a good charge, I really think that Spectre could be dead here. Granted, Caudle and Lion are behind her by just a bit, but still, I think they'd have enough slow with the zombies. And here comes the charge. There we go. They definitely needed to be in better positioning here. But the stun comes out. Up comes the tombstone. The right clicks come through. Out comes the decay. And they're just not fast enough. They're not able to get it. The zombies don't do enough damage. Unfortunately, Caudle is looking worse for wear. The charge comes out onto Spectre, and tower dive is happening. They trade 1 for 1, but Spirit Breaker just continuously going on them. Caudle, oh man, just barely being saved by this Lion, and they're going to be trading 2 for 1. A great turnaround here by the Lion. Yes, they did lose their hard carry Spectre, but the 2 for 1 on both these supports is really going to help. The extra gold and extra experience it gives them really going to be helping them out. And Ember Spirit finally has his bottle on the way. At least I'm assuming that is bottle on the courier. Yes, sir, it is. Spirit's bottle on the way. Queen of Pain has boots now, so she is still obviously ahead of this Ember. Meanwhile, bottom Slark looking like he's doing far better than expected, and Wind Ranger getting charged up by the Spirit Breaker. They see the charge with the ward in there, but she's not going to do anything. The charge manages to connect. Slark misses his bounce, though. And that may have been a kill if Slark didn't miss the pounce, but unfortunately he did. Power shot comes through, and that's almost going to kill him. The shackles come out from Shaman, but there's not going to be any follow-up, so it's just a bit of mana waste. Wind Ranger running through, looking for the power shot, but not going to find it. Getting a few right clicks out onto the Spirit Breaker, but she's in a really bad position here. Luckily, Shaman doesn't have enough mana for the shackle. Spirit Breaker does have the charge mana, but not going to be expending it.
I am in your debt.
Spectre putting a few right clicks out on the Ancients. Don't really know why. Spirit Breaker charging top again. He is going to be charging straight through mid lane, so yep, there we go. He cancels his charge. Not the best idea. Pinks come out for the top ward. It's going to be an illusion room. Bottom, Spirit Breaker is going to be able to pick up that bounty rune. And Wind Ranger going phase boots. Smart play, smart play. Spirit Breaker TPing top. Unfortunately, now he does not have nearly enough mana to charge, so he's going to be in trouble. Meanwhile, Caudle just farms up the jungle. And skadoosh, there we go. Illuminate getting all that extra gold. Another just great advantage of Caudle. Besides being a great lane dominating support with this Illuminate Harass, he can also just go into the jungle and farm it up a bit whenever he needs to. He can stack for himself, he can farm it for himself. Really just super easy. And in come the right clicks. Oh, here we go. The Tombstone is dropped. They need to get some decay stacks here. And Spectre not looking too great. My tango, he says, but not quite sure what that means. Spectre, her salve gets canceled. They need vision. The charge comes out, and there we go. Down goes Spectre. Right clicks coming out on that other guy, and he's going to go down too. This game is looking way better for Team VuDoo than the last one. Really just using this great lane to their advantage. Making sure that they can get all the experience and gold that they need. Using Spirit Breaker to his full potential, really. 2 ganks off on this Spectre, really doing work. Granted, they did get the return double kill on them once, but still. Slark also doing work bottom. Probably a lot of help from the Shaman, but they do manage to kill the Wind Ranger, miss that kill. Last hits, 2 top last hitters, both on the Radiant side, being Slark, or Queen of Pain and Slark respectively, in the numbers 1 and 2 positions. Shaman tanking up the tower, not something you want to do, bud, but there we go. Gives tower aggro off to a creep. This game just could not be going better for Team VuDoo. Queen of Pain, first item Orchid, it looks like, with these 2 items. And that's going to be really good. You're going to be able to silence up the Ember Spirit, making sure he can't jump out. Silence up any of their many heroes that rely on spells, like the Lion, the Caudle. Silence up this Wind Ranger, not going to be able to wind run out after that. Just so much utility going to be gotten out of an Orchid. Ember Spirit now looking at level 7, unfortunately. Doesn't even have his boots. Again, using Flame Guard basically whenever he can to push the lane. But here we go. Chazzy get in trouble, but just going to blink away. And there we go. Ember Spirit going to be able to chase him down mid lane. Oh, just barely not able to do it. Runs out of mana, and he is in trouble. In comes the TP from Shaman. Shaman not going to be able to find him. Looks on the other side, but he's going to be able to TP out and be just fine. Real close call there for Chazzy on the Quap. Ember had just a bit more mana. He would have been able to jump back in, or jump forward one more time and get the kill. Shaman now needs to be careful mid lane. In comes Ember with Sleight of Fist. Throws the chains but isn't able to get him. Ember now locked up. Here we go. In comes the Queen of Pain. He's going on the Shaman, but unfortunately no one's gonna be able to secure any kills there. Dagger gets thrown. Remnant thrown mid. And unfortunately he cannot go back to base to heal, so he's probably just gonna want to use his bottle charges, get the 10-minute rune, and hope for the best. Meanwhile, Slark's sitting pretty with nearly 50 last hits at the 10-minute mark, which is exactly where you want to be at. Has 48 now. Ember Spirit coming up behind him, kind of a blatant just gank. The shackle comes out, but it's not going to shackle to anything. Meanwhile, top, another dive onto the Spectre. Unfortunately, it looks like they won't be able to get any return kills this time. The Tombstone up early, right in their faces. Now right-clicking it, looking for the zombies, but the decay stacks. There we go, the right-click's Undying, unfortunately, going up just a bit too aggressive. The right-clicks come through, but they're not able to do it. The shackles and a hex come up, and Lion is dead through the shackles. Great play there. Ember Spirit coming up, looking for returns. Throws his Searing Chains, but not going to be able to do much. The stun comes out because of the mana leak, and Ember Spirit just going to be right-clicking through, activating his Flame Guard, running up, needs to get these right-clicks off. Not able to do anything, and Shaman gonna be not quite able to make it out. Ember Spirit, still no mana, and there we go. He's gonna be going down. The right click's coming out, and Spirit Breaker's, or possibly his urn, actually gonna be getting that kill. Much more favorable trade for Team VuDoo, obviously. The Spectre kill, the Lion kill, and the Ember kill for Undying and Shaman. Oh, never mind. There's 0 damage on that tower. I was going to say not to mention the tower damage, but look at these wards. They're in sync. How beautiful. Look at them go, providing vision. Slark comes up, but unfortunately those beautiful wards we were just staring at, giving them the vision they need to quickly escape that gank. Spectre being pinged out, Spirit Breaker charging. Not quite sure who. Not the Spectre. It's the Caelum running through everyone. There we go. He hits, but he's immediately hexed up, and this is not looking good. He needs to get into those trees, but I don't think he's able to. Tombstone is dropped. The Queen of Pain while doing so much work. Spectre jumping through illusions, and I don't know if she's able to jump out. She is alive, but I don't know where. Spirit Breaker making it away, but just barely. Ember Spirit on the run. Has plenty of mana for an illusion jump. Even 2 off cooldown. There we go. He's stunned up, and the Queen of Pain going to be able to burst him down with that scream of pain. So much pain coming out from that hero and being dealt right into Ember Spirit. Looks like Spectre was... God, go away, fight recap. Looks like Spectre was able to teleport out to her illusion down on the bot lane. So great blinking around to her illusions there. And Undying needs to be careful. Lion, only level 4, not level 6. Charge comes out from Spirit Breaker. Still has his ult to work with, but just going to back off. Just saving the Undying. Unfortunately, he has no mana. 42 seconds on mana boots, too. He may just want to run back to base. And nope, he's going to opt to stay. Perfectly acceptable. And out comes the damage from this Caelum. Queen of Pain just throwing whatever she can at Spectre. Spectre definitely needs to be careful. Now that her ultimate's down, she has no way to escape. No easy way. But in comes Ember Spirit. Shaman has to run. They could be able to turn this around here. No TPs come in, and there are 2 other heroes on the back line. So in comes the Slark. Spirit Breaker charging in. Pings come out. Will they cancel it? No. Spirit Breaker, real man, making sure his charge hits. Slark comes up, pounces the Lion, but now he doesn't have enough mana for anything. Beautiful way to cancel out of that. Wind Ranger shackled up, and she's going to get cut down instantly. Lion mana draining that entire time, but to no avail. They're still going to be able to kill off that Wind Ranger.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Caelum doing work on this top tower with his push, but I mean, they're just behind in kills, and their strategy really relies on pushing. They have this global Spectre to be able to help them fight. She's your late game potential. Wind Ranger pushes towers so hard. Coddle pushes waves insanely well, and Ember Spirit with Boots of Travel and a BK, not a BKB, Battle Fury just does so much work. But here we go, another fight breaks out. Shaman Ward's dropped, Ember Spirit looking dead. Shaman Ward's targeting the Ember Spirit actually. He's going to be able to make it out. Undying going to be killed off. This Spectre also not looking too great. She did use her ultimate there. Shackles come out, and a double stun in from Lion. Beautiful work. Right clicks come through, but she's able to blink out just fine. Slark pounces, not going to be able to connect on the Lion, but looks like he will be dead. Slark activates his ultimate. Wind Ranger looking dead as well. She can't get that Wind Run off for another 5 seconds, and there's a beautiful double kill for the Slark. Tombstone is doing so much work, able to slow the Wind Ranger there to make it that a 2-for-2 trade. Slark didn't think he would be able to do that much here, because like obviously he's not that tanky. Look at that. That one nuke almost took away so much of his health, but he is able to get done what he needs to get done. He is just doing so much work on this back line. And once again, opting for a Sage and Yasha build. I would definitely prefer to see a Orchid, or not an Orchid, a Shadow Blade on this Slark. Just a really easy way. You can just Shadow Blade in, get a quick kill on the Coddle, quick kill on the Lion, and boom. Ember Spirit trying to run away, and there we go. He just quickly remnants out to mid. Spirit Breaker is still chasing him, but Spectre now, fortunately sacrificing herself, gonna get killed off by the Ether Shock on Shaman there. Tempting to save. See, there we go. An easy kill. For Spirit, man, Spirit Breaker really just making sure his charge goes through. Shackled up, and he's going to be able to remnant away. Oh my god, the plays. Now Spirit Breaker stuck in the base for 21 seconds. No way he's getting out of this one. This should be a really easy kill for them. Ember Spirit goes back looking for revenge. Jumps to the remnant, clears out the trees, but doesn't find him. Will they be able to find the Spirit Breaker? 8 seconds on the TP. They don't check. Oh, they assume he's TP'd out. Spirit Breaker, you lucky dog. TP comes out, and there we go. He's going to be able to make it. Tombstone drops. In comes the pin, and he's pinned to a creep. That's going to be a very dead Undying. Out comes the Queen of Pain ult, and just Ether Shock. Just Ether Shock. Fortunately, Coddle going to get killed off by zombies. Nope. Tombstone drops before the zombies drop Coddle. Middle tower denied up by the Ember Spirit. Great plays there. And now that Team Sea Monster is fighting a lot better, they're going to have to watch out. And who's being charged? Coddle. No, this is not. No, this is not what you want to do. Whew. Good job. Good job. Way to stop your TP, or stop your charge. Fortunately, it looks like he may get caught here. Nope, Chain's going to be going on to creeps instead, but he is slowed down. Here comes Slark, sitting waiting in the wings. The rest of his team back at the fountain. They should be TPing to this tower to help defend it, and yes, they are. Slark going and pouncing, but not catching anyone. It's not looking good for him. Immediately ults up, and Queen of Pain jumping in with a beautiful scream that catches 3, making so many low. Coddle dies in the back, and Ember Spirit has no remnant for 6 seconds, starting to TP out. But first hit, Bash. Oh, the luck. Manages to come out, but they see him right there. Shaman's going to be able to shackle him up, and there we go, able to be killed off. RNGesus called out by Spirit Breaker, and yes, sir, so much RNGesus there. First hit Bash.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. So there's that.
Tower being attacked, but it doesn't really matter. A 4-for-0 trade there. And they can probably take down this tier 2. Definitely need to be careful. Ember Spirit's back up in 14. But, I mean, that's really all they need to be worried about right here. Coddle TPing to this tier 3, probably going to be throwing some Illuminates up, trying to pull the creep aggro off. But it could just get him killed. There we go. They all managed to dodge it. Queen of Pain comes up. She's going to start clearing this creep wave, and Undying sits up here too. Just need to wait for the next creep wave, but they also need to be careful. Some of them could get caught out here. Lion, granted, has no mobility item, no way to initiate, and Shaman drops the wards, and this is going to guarantee the tower. And both sides just back. Take a look at the Queen of Pain build. Orchid, great job. Exactly what I said she needed to buy. And it's really just a great choice by her as well. Going to be making the Ember Spirit so much easier to kill. Ultimate used by Spectre, and Slark killed off as Spectre manages to make it out. Just barely, but still able to make it out. The chase is now ensuing. Shadow Shaman, possibly the next target. Here's 3 of them grouped together. All you have to do is Searing Chains onto 1. Invis Rune, grabbed by Ember. Spirit Breaker, no way out. Ults onto the Coddle. Lion throws his ult. Undying drops Tombstone, and here we go. It's possible turnaround. Coddle just taking so much damage. The stun comes through. The stun comes out from Lion, though, as well. Down goes the Tombstone, and bam! Down goes the Shaman. Undying, the only person to escape that. And a great turnaround there from Team Sea Monsters. Definitely looked like it would be going into Team VuDoo's favor there after the... Oh, poor Spectre getting caught in the trees. Definitely looked like it would go into Team VuDoo's favor there after the Tombstone drop, but good turnaround. Amazing ultimate by Lion, and that double stun really secured that. Queen of Pain headed bottom, but there we go. Silenced up, but in comes Slark as well, and it looks like Ember Spirit is going to be killed from this, and there we go. Down he goes. Queen of Pain using her Orchid to silence up this Lion, actually, so he is 0 health. Great play there, recognizing that the Lion only way for Ember Spirit to escape. Wind Ranger, top, being charged. She's only 800 gold off her Ags. And here we go. The initial charge comes in. Endurance run. The first hit, no bash. Ult up in 9. There we go. And the shackles come out. This looks like a dead Wind Ranger. Super dead, super dead. And there we go. Pig hexed up as well. Other shock, one last right click, and that's going to be a dead Wind Ranger. Great rotation in from Shaman. TPing into this tower just as Spirit Breaker was charging. That's going to secure the kill there. Probably going to see Shaman going Refresher here, considering this early ring of health. Dying. Dropping his Tombstone, pinging out the Spectre in the woods. Gotta be careful, though. Lion, they should know a ward is up there, and there we go. The instant D-ward coming out. Ember Spirit, looks like he's going to be chasing this Undying, but nope. Just going to turn to the Tombstone and kill that instead. Throws a remnant away so that he can quickly escape. In comes the charge, gets hit, but manages to remnant away just in time. Nick of time, and he's going to be out of there. Quap just kills Coddle on the bottom lane, with Slark, of course, so great pick off there. And I have no idea what Slark is going for next. He'd go for what I would say is a more fighting build here with the Saint Yasha, so he may want to go first item Basher, which he could just pick up right now. Not quite sure what he's building, though. He may actually be building a Radiance. It would help his the split push. And here we go. The charge on the Spirit Breaker, the silence up, and he's going to be down real quick. Oh no! Queen of Pain stunned up by the Wind Ranger, and the Tombstone gets dropped. Spectre ults Slark, thinks he knows the correct target, but nope. Gets targeted by the tower, and they're all just going to back out. A 1-for-1 trade. Quap for Ember. Not exactly the best. Let's go ahead and take a look at net worths. Top 3 net worths, all on Team VuDoo. It's looking really good for them at this moment, but comeback is real. They still have the Spectre for their late game potential. Fortunately, Slark just missing so many pounces. He's going to purge off everything, and he is going balls deep for this Coddle. Going to manage to get it. Jump away and everything will be fine. 4 heroes here managing to make it out. Great play, making it a 2-for-1 trade and continuing to put pressure on this tower. Undying, doing some really great work here to keep his team alive with that Soul Rip, Soul Rip. The Decay, of course, getting some kills as well and making it harder for this enemy team to stay in the fight as long, because of course they're not as tanky. But Wind Ranger gets her Ag Scepter, and that's going to make fighting for her so much easier. Spectre has not but a Yasha and Hood and Cloak. Is that Cloak? I believe it's just called a Cloak. Yep, and Cloak. Hood and... Yasha and Cloak. So she is going to be a bit less susceptible to all the ganks because of the Cloak, obviously, but, I mean, still able to get killed and picked off. She's just not tanky enough, and she really doesn't come online until a bit later, so they're going to have to be careful. And it looks like Team VuDoo is definitely going to be fine with trading the top tower for this bottom tower. I mean, it's definitely worth it, a tier 1 for a tier 2, as long as they take some kills or something. And there we go, Lion looking very dead, but Ember Spirit coming in. Queen of Pain just barely not close enough, and Ember Spirit getting silenced up, and the Queen of Pain ultimate going to be used to finish off the Lion. Unfortunately, they dropped everything to kill that, meaning there was no more pressure on this bottom tower. They come back, but most of the wards have already died off, so Not the best. Creeps dying off now, and Undying just needs to be very careful here. The Spectre jumps in, but an instant Queen of Pain scream is gonna send her back. Shackle onto the Shadow Shaman, and Shadow Shaman going up way too aggressive. He's gonna get killed off by the Caudal Illuminate, and the rest of them taking so much damage. They just need to get away. Undying staying up there, but for what reason, I don't know. Pings come out from Shaman, maybe Lion. You never tell when it's Teal. But Windranger manages to deny the tower, and who is he charging? A mid lane creep. Just stopping the push mid. It looks like the entire team is headed mid. Bounty Rune pinged out. Queen of Pain gonna pick that up for a bottle, and it looks like this fight is going to break out mid. Pings come out from Teal again, probably Lion. More pings come out, and there's Windranger. Shackle, but he's going to be able to purge himself out of that. Wind runs away, and she's going to be just fine. No one else very close to help him out. So unfortunately, the Slark ult expended, but in a mere 60 seconds, it will be back up. Unfortunately, he may have to play a bit more safe, and it looks like he's actually going for Scotty for his next item. So, pretty good item. Going to give him plenty more health and survivability, plenty more mana. He may... I would actually think that he should go for one of those sweet BKBs to make him all magic immune against this Lion, Windranger, and Caudal. But, I mean, if he feels the possibility of him going for the Scotty would obviously be the health and the added chase benefit. They are chasing away targets quite a lot, but here we go. Not quite able to get the silence off, so Ember Spirit's going to be able to jump away just in time. Do they have a smoke? Nope, no smoke, so they just all back to the tower. Undying pings himself, not quite sure why. Possibly that he wants his team to meet up there. They should be pushing something. They are far enough ahead that they should not be scared of fighting at this point in time. They should just continuously look for fights, and phallic images being drawn on the map, of course. Nothing I wouldn't expect from a Dota 2 match. The push mid going pretty well so far. It looks like they ping out the Windranger. Looks like they may just leave her. No aggressive blink, but there is a charge from Spirit Breaker, who was almost caught out top. Unfortunately, he is able to get caught out. The mana leak is going to be doing the job, but he just needs to run away now, and he's going to make it out. Caudal? Okay, slowed by the dagger, but it's not going to be enough. Mid tower falling thanks to the Shaman wards, and everyone just going to get back. I need to pick up one of them haste runes. And away he goes. No more going to be coming out of the mid confrontation, and Team Sea Monster is really on the back foot here. Experience 10k in Team VuDoo's favor. Gold, another the exact same story there. And here we go. First hit bash on Ember Spirit again. It's looking so bad. Queen of Pain ult expended for nothing almost. Tombstone thrown up. Mech gonna heal him up. Unfortunately, Tombstone a bit wasted there. No fights coming out. Ember Spirit jumping in, but just to shackle up two of them. And it looks like everyone's gonna be making it out just fine. Pings come out towards the Roche pit. I think it is definitely possible for either team to Roche at this point in time. Queen of Pain gets her Ag Scepter. Gonna make that blown ult not as bad in future engagements, but pretty bad in that one. That's gonna set her team back a bit. They won't be able to fight as effectively as they would like to for another 94 seconds now, of course, as opposed to if she had her scepter, would almost be off cooldown at this point in time. They are pinging the base. Not quite sure why. No one has smoke. They really just need to get some smoke. I think they, like I just said, they definitely need some smoke to help even up this game. If they can get a good smoke gank off, it's really going to bring them right back into it. It's going to take the momentum away from Team VuDoo, bring their net worths far closer together, and it may not look like such a one-sided game. Spectre being charged up. Spirit Breaker connects. Alt's waiting for the rest of his team to come in, but no one is going to, and the Manta comes out. he is now looking not quite good. Shackle comes through, but he's not going to be able to do it. The drums charge comes out, and they're going to be able to make it away just fine. Slark able to kill off, easily kill off a Caelum on the backside. While this was going on, great pick off. This is really, they're going to want to make something out of this. Either try and force uphill, try and take Roshan. Either option is great. If they are able to pick off Ember Spirit here, that would just be so awful. Ember Spirit starts getting charged, but immediately jumps back. I've only got 18 seconds to make a decision on what they're going to do here, and it looks like they're just going to back, regroup, look for another pickoff, maybe look for a different lane to push. Slark farming up in the jungle. Now has his Scott. He probably has for about a minute or two. Still love to see him go an initiation item, whether it be Blink or Shadow Blade, just something to help him initiate. Because, I mean, the only reason he killed that Caelum was because of his invisibility rune. Probably, anyway. We did not watch him initiate, but I'd like to believe so. Comes the Ember Spirit, and he just has to be a bit careful. He keeps running to the shop, and he now has Manta, so he's going to be able to Manta out of the silence. Not the best item for Ember, definitely not the item you want to go, but unfortunately it's what he was forced to go to stay survivable in these encounters. So, great play by Queen of Pain to make sure that the Orchid is a great use. And there we go. Orchid put up onto the Wind Ranger. Double stun coming out from the line, but it's just not going to be enough. Both heroes managing to get hit by the Caelum Illuminate and Spirit Breaker. Going to be hitting down. Unfortunately, Caelum immediately bursted down, and here we go. With two heroes dead, they should be able to push uphill with relative ease. Granted, the Shaman Wards were used on the low ground, so it's not going to be as easy as they would like, but definitely possible. They're all back. Queen of Pain just above half health, so they should be able to do this. They may want to look for a pickoff on the Spectre in the bot lane, but no. They just need to go uphill. They need to apply some sort of pressure to the top. They don't necessarily need to take a Rax or anything, but they do need to head uphill. And there we go. Pressure applied. Queen of Pain may actually be dead here. No way for her to get out, and there we go. She does blink in the nick of time. No way for her to get out, of course, because of the shackles. And this three-man team, if this three-man team is able to hold the base from the entire five-man team, it looks like we're going to be in for quite a long game again. I do hear Roche. He's being taken right now. So there we go. Slark going to start on him. They are all kind of low. Does Radiant have vision here? Does Dire, I mean. Dire does not have any sort of vision here, so they are unaware that this is happening. And so this is going to be a very, very, very easy free Roche. Slark probably going to be on the receiving end of this Aegis. Queen of Pain may also be as well, just because of her initiation, but most likely not. Slark is going to be picking it up. 13 seconds on Greaves. After that, they should be able to heal up and go uphill. Possibly even picking off this Ember mid, and nope, he's going to be able to jump away just fine. So they are pushing down mid, and it looks like they do want to instantly go for this. Greaves should probably be used right now. I know it's a 40-second cooldown, you won't have it for the fight, but you don't want to get bursted down. Especially with this Caelum Illuminate. Able for most of the team to dodge that. Slark able to purge off that mana drain. Ember Spirit jumping around, but he does not have Battle Fury, so it's not going to do as much damage as he needed. As we've previously stated, he was forced to go with the Manta. And the Shaman Wards drop. Dire Structures fortified, obviously. Slark jumps onto Ember Spirit, being locked down. Right clicks come out. He's going to be able to jump away in the end, though. Slark alt used. Queen of Pain alt used. Wind Ranger going to be able to nuke down the Shaman. Unfortunately, no one going to be dead. Lion dead now. Jumping through is the Ember Spirit. Slark almost dead. Getting healed up with this Undying. Right clicks come through. Ember Spirit almost dead. Getting healed up by the Caelum. Everyone going to be running away. Slark back up. Not quite sure what he's doing. Jumps straight, just farther into them, and he's going to get killed off by this Wind Ranger. Luckily, gets stunned aside. Unfortunately, he is going to be chased. Jumps out just in the nick time. Should be able to get out of this one. And Ward Vision here in the middle is keeping him from regenning and should make it out. Unfortunately, Spirit Breaker going to die on the backside. And even with everything being thrown there, still not enough to go uphill. Even with the Slark Aegis had to be expended. Shaman Wards were even thrown. They did manage to get the tower, but just wasn't enough. Ember Spirit, even though he doesn't have some appropriate items for uphill defense or even dealing with this team, he is still able to do so much work. I mean, obviously their split push lineup hasn't been used for that. They aren't able to fight as 4 or just go split pushing around the map, but they are able to fight pretty well, which is actually quite surprising considering I would think that Team VuDoo has I would assume that Team VuDoo has the far better fighting lineup. Just looking at the heroes. Once again, if you did not watch the first game, Team VuDoo is down 1-0. So if they win this game, they're going to receive 1 point. If they lose this game, they're going to be 3 points are going to be going the way of Team Sea Monster. Queen of Pain going out, ulting. There we go. Ember Spirit's dead, and this is where they need to take advantage of this. They need to charge that mid lane as quick as possible and attempt to take these. The wave is pushing in slightly. Does Caelum have Ag Scepter? Yes, he does. So it's going to make it just a wee bit harder for them to go uphill. All this nuke damage coming out. Look at that. Creep wave already does. So now I just have to wait for the next one, unfortunately. They should just be able to continuously do this to make sure that this one creep wave can't make it up. Charge coming in from Spirit Breaker. Going to be pushing the bot wave as well. Fortunately, it's going to be pretty hard for them to go uphill. Because of this ward, obviously seeing everything they're doing over here, and this mid lane ward giving the vision of everything in here. Slark getting shackled up, but is able to purge it off. Jumps forward, but has the mana drain on him. Has to sit still in his ultimate. He's just healing up. Spirit Breaker comes charging in. There we go. Wind Ranger may be dead. Lion, beautiful hex there. Wind Ranger still wind running. Has to run through the wards and almost dead. The heal from the Caelum. Great job there. Lion ultimate expended on the Quap. Lion stun expended on the Quap as well. Pings come out, but it's not going to be enough. Spirit Breaker on the back line, keeping everyone else busy. The middle barracks, melee dead. Ranged, looking dead as well. The wards doing so much work, and there we go. Everyone getting out. Queen of Pain just barely making it out. The Spectre illusion. Dagger is thrown, and she is just barely going to be able to survive through this. Queen of Pain, such a great job with the bottle there, making sure to bottle herself up. Just barely enough health to survive the Spectre Dagger, and everyone doing a great job of disengaging from that fight. They got their objective, and they just made it right out. Spirit Breaker, especially great job on the back line of that fight, just keeping everyone busy, charging the Caelum, making sure he couldn't do his job, and in turn making this making the Spectre and Ember Spirit focus on him. Great work there, and an Assault Cuirass coming out from this Spirit Breaker, just going to make him even harder to kill. And now that this middle Rax has been taken, the uphill virginity has been taken, and it's just going to make it so much easier to make it up. Slark just farming up, getting even stronger. Has a casual 5k. Spend some money, bud. You are a carry. That doesn't mean you're carry cash. Next item, smart item choice, probably be Basher. Basher into Abyssal Blade, of course. So much work done there, and Ember Spirit making sure to remnant out of those. Queen of Pain, though, looking like she's going to be dead. The pin coming in. Shackle's able to connect, and Queen of Pain going down. A bit too aggressive there to kill the Ember Spirit. Probably would have been worth it if she managed to get him, but was not able to kill the Ember Spirit. And there we go. First item towards Battle Fury, and that's exactly what he needs to get. He needs to be able to kill off the... they need to be... Yes, sorry. He needs the Battle Fury to split push effectively, as well as fight as effectively as possible. And here we go. Looks like Spirit Breaker may be dead. There we go. The shackle to the tree behind him. Power shot going through. Spectre using her ultimate, making sure that no one is near. But he's going to charge away. Unfortunately, mana drain still on him. He's just running, and Slark is going to be able to get out as well. So, good gank attempt. Did not quite go as well as they wanted to. Slark has decided on the MKB. Great choice. Going to be making sure this wind run is no longer effective. Going to be able to right click her through that entire duration, which is really just a huge problem for Slark right now. He's able to pin her, or catcher with the leash on Pounce almost every time, but is not able to get the follow-up kill because she just win runs and is gone. So great item there for Slark. Has to be careful mid here. Or top, I mean. 4 heroes here. He only sees the 3, but the line with the 4 staff can come up on him at any time, and those disables just terrible for him to deal with. And Lion places a ward, but unaware that Spirit Breaker is right there. Does see the rest of their team, though. Lion, the first ult target, and there we go. Lion probably dead. Instantly dead, in fact. Spectre down on the back line, and there we go. MKB also preventing any sort of blinding light attack stopping. Attack miss as well. They're going to be able to clean up 3 of them extremely quickly and with great ease and just continue to push up through. Fortunately, the creeps are all the way back here, but going to be able to do it. And the pings come out. They're going to push the mid lane, and Desolator. Desolator going to be picked here on the Queen of Pain. Not quite sure that's the best item, but they're going for it. Definitely gonna take buildings a lot faster. So I guess good choice if no one else is going to build it, especially since they want to be able to take these as quick as possible. And here we go. The buildings are falling, but they just can't. There's nothing they can do about it. The Shaman wards are here. There's only 3 of them alive, and here we go. Top Rax is dead. Coddle even going to be getting killed off by this Slark. Slark does not even care that the Ember Spirit is there. Ember Spirit has to be careful because of the Shaman Shack. We can easily kill him, and there we go. Bot already under attack. Spirit Breaker doing the damage, and Rat Fong Bips calls the GG. Good game, well played. Team VuDoo takes game 2, making the game score